Hello everyone. We'll see the next question under the process costing. See the page number 31 and question number 21. Page number 31 and question number 21. See the problem. A product passes through three processes A, B and C. The normal wastage of each process is as follows. Process A 3%, process B 5% and process C 8%. Wastage of process A sold at 25 paise per unit, that of process B rupees 50 paise per unit and that of C at rupees 1 per unit. 10,000 units were issued to processes A at a cost of rupee 1 per unit. Other expenses were as follows. Sundry materials A, B, C and labor and expenses and output in units. Prepare the process accounts. There were no opening and or closing stocks. Okay, this is the problem. Similar to the previous problem, it's very easy. See, first what we have to prepare the calculation of abnormal loss, means we have to prepare one chart, right? Okay, first under the chart, what is the first thing? We have to prepare the normal production. How much is the normal production? Input minus normal loss. Okay, process first will prepare for the process A. One by one will prepare. Process A, input minus normal loss. What is the input of process A? C. 10,000 units were issued to process A at repeat cost of rupees 1 per unit, right? 10,000 is the input, 10,000 is the input minus normal loss. See the normal loss in the problem. See, that normal wastage of each process is as follows. Process A 3%, 10,000 into 3%, how much? 300. So 10,000 minus 300, how much? 9,700 units. Next, cost of normal production. How to calculate? Total cost divided by scrap. Total cost, we have to prepare the process A account to find out the total cost. Okay, first we will find out the, first you have to make this column and you just leave the space, inner space, then you start the process A account. Now under the process A account, first you have to enter the materials. See the problem, what are the things are there? First one, 10,000 units were issued to the process A at rupees 1 per unit, right? 10,000 units, okay? And all other things which are given in the problem. See, sundry materials 1,000, units 10,000, then sundry materials 1,000, to labor 5,000 and expenses 1,000 and okay, labor 5,000 and the expense 1050 and the material 1 per unit. Two types of material. This is the material given in the here this is the material given here. How much? 1,000 and one more material 10,000. It's input introduced rupees 1 per unit. That how to be show how much? 10,000. This is the 10,000 into 1 means 10,000. So now you got the total cost. Total cost how much? 1,000 plus 5,000 plus 10,000 plus 1,050 is 17,050 minus what is the minus scrap. How much is the scrap here? Normal loss into scrap is how much? Scrap sold for how much? See, so 25 paise per unit A. So 300 into 0.25, right? 0.25 how much? It's 75. So total normal total cost is how much? 16,975. Next one is you have to calculate the abnormal loss. Abnormal loss formula what's? Actual output minus normal output. Actual output in units. See the problem. Output in units how much? See, A output is how much? 9,000. At the end of the A we getting the how much output? 9,500. So 9,500 minus normal production. We calculated normal production. How much? 9,700. So minus 200 units is a abnormal minus value. So abnormal loss. Then transfer price. We need to find out the transfer price. How? Cost of normal production how much? 16,975 divided by Normal production is how much? 9700. So 1.75 per unit. Okay, now this is enough, this is over. Now by normal loss is 300 units, and per unit is per unit column. It's not compulsory to prepare here, not need to prepare, you can prepare also. Okay, per unit is how much? Normal loss, scrap sold how much? 0.25, so 75. Okay, 300 into 0.25 per paise. Next, by abnormal loss, how much is the abnormal loss calculated? 200 units per unit you have to take this one, 1.75. 200 into 1.75 per unit, 350. Next, the balance you have to transfer for the process B account. Next, under the process B, same, first you have to take the output of the process A. Output of the process A should be considered for the input of process B. Then same, raw materials given in the problem 1500, labor is how much? 8000, expenses how much? 1188. Okay, next, by normal loss is how much? How much percent? 5%. 5% on 9500, how much? 475. It's sold for 50 paise, 0.50, 475 into 0.50, 238. Then here you have to, now you just calculate the abnormal loss or gain. See second column, here see 9500 is the input, minus loss is how much? 475, 9025 units. Then you have to calculate the total expenses only till here, right? Only till here 16,625, 1,500, 8,000 and 1,188, 27,330, minus scrap sold for how much? 475 into 0.50, how much? 238, and this is the cost of normal production. Then abnormal loss, how to calculate abnormal loss? Actual output of the process B, how much? Output 9100, it is given in the problem, minus normal production is how much? 9025. It's a plus units, plus means abnormal gain. And next one is the transfer price, cost 27,075 divided by normal production is how much? 9,025, means rupees 3 per unit. So abnormal gain means you have to enter here how much? 225 units, and the unit 75, and the per unit is how much? Rupees 3, means 225. Then you are getting the balance, that is the by process C second you have to transfer to the next process. This is 9100 units and 27,300 amount. Okay, next we will prepare the process C. Under the process C, to process B account we have to output of process B is the input of process C. This is the input of process C. Then next, material for C, how much? Materials 500, labor 6500, expenses 2009. Then normal loss 8% on input, 9100 into 8%, 728, and sold for how much? Scrap value is rupees 1 per unit, so 728. Then abnormal loss or gain have to calculate it in that particular table. Okay, 9100 minus how much? 8%, 8,372. Then expenses, here you just make it total, you are getting the 36,309, minus total scrap how much? 728. Then next one is abnormal loss, 8,100 minus 837, 8,337, 272 units. It is a negative value. This is the abnormal loss. Then transfer price is nothing but 35,581 divided by 8,372. It is nothing but 4.25 per unit. Just enter here normal, so abnormal loss 272 into 4.25 per unit. Remember, at time of writing the abnormal loss, you have to write abnormal loss units 272. Here he calculated, right, 272. And per unit you have to write the transfer price for 4.25 per unit. Now next one, the process C is over. The balance of the process C you have to transfer for the finished good. It is after the finishing of the third process, the raw materials will convert it to the finished goods. In this case only 3 processes. So this is about this question, process A, process B and process C. Remember calculation of this table and the abnormal loss or abnormal gain. Abnormal loss means you have to write under the credit side. Abnormal gain means you have to write under the debit side. Okay. This is about the problem under the process account. Okay. We'll see the one more problem under this in next class.